Hey folks, Josh here for yet another weekly check-in. How the heck are you? It is Sunday, November the 12th. And I think I said this last week, but this year is just flying by. Anyways, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole again. Hopefully, you had a good week. We're back for another check in if this is your first episode. Every week, I check in at the end of my week just to give you a quick update how things are going, some key learnings I'm having, key takeaways I'm having as we continue to build Visto, my immigration tech company, and just life as an entrepreneur up here in Canada, right? Which could probably apply to most folks around the world. It's obviously a little bit colder up here, especially right now in November. It's actually been a chilly week, so winter is coming, as they say. But just to give you an update on how the week's going, maybe it gives you some motivation, maybe it gives you some help, maybe it's just learning that you can kind of learn from my mistakes, and or hopefully you just at the very least find it entertaining. So I'm going to jump right in. I actually have my calendar pulled up on the left here. It was a very hectic week for a couple reasons. Number one is we onboarded a new sales hire almost 3 weeks ago now. Whenever you onboard anybody, it's going to take a few weeks to get them up and running, right? They're up and running, and so that means we're starting to get busier, right? More book demos, more book calls with potential clients. So it's been great, which means my calendar has been booked even more, which is a good thing. We've also had a couple just really good, I had a couple really good partnership opportunities and discussions this week as we continue to just improve our immigration software, which gets a little bit more attention every week in, week out. I did 2 webinars this week as well, which were both fantastic. I think depending on your market and industry, webinars with the right partners can be incredible marketing and sales opportunities. So, for example, in my case, we sell software to Canadian immigration professionals. So, what have I been doing? Trying to network and partner with people who have, communities or offer webinars to Canadian immigration professionals, right? So, I got on 2 this week. One was talking about implementing AI and automation in your immigration firm. And the other one was a presentation called AI Good or Evil. And that one was kind of cool because the people who hosted me were very hesitant about AI, very concerned, shall we say, about AI and whether it's actually good or bad and blah, blah, blah. And they were great because they had me on. They were really interested to see the presentation. And then by the end of the presentation, they were saying how surprised they were, how I, opened their eyes to the good and the opportunities. Of course, I did talk about the risks and the threats and the potential downsides of AI as well. But I think most people, especially in the legal industry, which tends to lag a bit in terms of innovation, they really had their eyes opened in terms of different ways and opportunities and pros of using AI and how it can kind of change their business and will eventually change the industry, right? Probably more importantly. I think what a lot of people who are not seeing what's going on in AI don't realize that probably within 1 to 2 years, most service based industries will be completely transformed by what AI can do, right? We're really in the first half of the first inning when it comes to AI because it just kind of came out and all these new releases, you know what I mean? It's like the internet, right? When the internet got popular in the year 2000, that was the first half of the first inning of where the internet was going, right? And now obviously it's night and day, right? When you compare what we have now to what existed in 2000. And it's the same thing with AI, right? We're going to look back on 2023 in 5, 10 years from now, or maybe even 2, 3 years from now, and say, holy crap, look at how far it's come. Look at what we can do now thanks to AI. So I think if you're not at least learning about it or looking at adopting it in certain ways, you're probably in one respect or another missing the boat. One way that I highlight to all immigration professionals is that, okay, maybe you want to be careful, maybe you don't want to be leading the pack, but if you're not at least using AI for something like content creation and social media marketing, right? I get it. Maybe you're concerned you don't want to use it to do legal work, right? With confidentiality and privacy risks and something like that. Totally get it. But if you're not using a tool like ChatGPT to even just prepare social media posts or edit or condense or summarize content for social media posts or blog posts or visuals or anything like that, you're totally missing the boat, and you're going to lose out to the people that are, right? Because if you have one firm, I'm just using immigration law firms as an example, but you could probably apply this to any service industry, maybe even product industry as well, right? If you're a real estate agent, if you're a dentist, whatever, if you have one firm that's leveraging AI to pump out 10, 20, 50 social media posts a week, and you're not, and you're just posting 3 times a week, who do you think's going to get more clients in the long run, right? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So if you're not leveraging some of those tools, not even necessarily for your main line of business, but for social media, content creation, sales, marketing, time saving, all that kind of stuff, I am convinced that you will lose out in the next 2, 3, 5 years. So anyways, those have been really fun conversations to have. And it's also kind of fun being on the tech side of things, right? I used to be an immigration practitioner, just working away on files and blabbity blue. And now switching seats over to the tech side and getting to work on what I think is some of the most cutting edge immigration software in the country is really cool, because you can see where the industry is headed ahead of time, right? So anyways, that's been really fun. Selling to immigration professionals is certainly an interesting experience. Like I said, legal tech in general, not just immigration, legal tech in general tends to lag behind many other industries, right? Where do we see the most innovation and the quickest innovation? It's usually things like marketing tech, sales tech, fintech, prop tech, right? Stuff like that. Legal tech tends to lag because, number one, it's typically more highly regulated. Number two, it's typically the buyers are lawyers who are not fun to sell to, right? We lawyers are a very picky, conservative, risk-averse bunch, right? So it's tougher to sell to. And number three is a lot of the domain experts, the lawyers, are just busy and successful running their own firms, right? So they're not going to be stupid like me and quit practicing and give up all that, money and stuff that they've worked towards and risk it all on starting a tech company, right? So that's why I think in general legal tech kind of lags behind a lot of other industries. It's certainly interesting trying to drive it forward. What's been cool for us is over the last few weeks, we're starting to move up the totem pole a little bit to bigger firms that are, seriously looking at adopting more automation and AI. So the first few months, our early adopters, so to speak, were mostly small mom and pop, even one person firms, right? Which is great, and we enjoy working with them. But over the last month or two, we've seen an uptick, partly because our product has gotten a lot better, but partly because I think there's just more demand from these medium to large size firms that really want to up their game. They're seriously looking to implement automation and AI in their firm because they have a lot of operations, a lot of them are done manually. They see what's happening, right, with AI. They know where things are going in a year or two, and they kind of want to be on the cutting edge. So that's been great. It's led to a lot more fun conversations. We're also starting to have more internal conversations at Visto about AI, how to implement it. We have some big, cool features coming in the next few months that I will not be mentioning here, at least not right now. A little bit too early. We don't want to tip our cards, but we got some cool stuff coming in the pipeline that I'm excited to share with you in the coming months, of course. Just don't want to do it preemptively here for a few reasons. So anyways, things have been going great. It was a busy, hectic, fun week. We also onboarded another engineer. So our product, new features, new fixes, new, AI stuff, that will start coming quicker and more often. And that's incredible because the quicker we improve our product, the quicker, clients get interested and use it and are happier and all that kind of stuff. So that's been great. We're 1 week away from my wedding. So this week coming up, I'm flipping my calendar to the week coming up. It's already kind of hectic, and I need to fit in a lot of stuff by Friday morning because I'm going to take off Friday afternoon. I'm getting married Saturday. Woo, that's going to be awesome. It's going to be, I think, maybe, one of the best weekends of my life, and I'm very excited for that. And I just want to be able to enjoy and not stress about anything and, put my phone away for pretty much the whole weekend and just take it all in and spend time with family and friends and stuff like that. So it's going to be a very busy week, getting everything in, getting everything done, getting ahead of a few things so I don't have to worry about it over next weekend. I probably will not have an update. You know what? I might have an update next weekend. It just won't be my regularly scheduled Sunday YouTube post, right? So today is Sunday. Usually I post this clip on Sunday on YouTube, and then I also share it on the podcast platforms, right? So if you do listen to these on a podcast, then and or if you're watching me religiously every Sunday on YouTube, number one, thank you. And number two, expect a 1 or 2 day delay, right? Because I will be hectic and busy and happy all weekend next weekend. And so I will probably do a shorter update on maybe the Monday, and then we go away on our honeymoon. So anyways, that's what to expect from me over the next week or two. Really excited. Things are heading in the right direction. Certainly ready for that 2-week vacation because it's been a grind the last few months. We've come a long way. We've made a lot of really good progress. I like the direction that we're headed in. But, once in a while, you got to take some time off. You got to relax. You got to recharge, all that kind of stuff, right? Otherwise, you get into that dangerous burnout zone, and that's not good for anybody. So that's it for me this week. I hope you have had a really good week as well. If you have any questions, comments, any topics that you want me to cover, make sure to comment on the YouTube video. If you are listening to the podcast, I don't know if you can make comments on podcasts, but flip over to either my YouTube channel and feel free to drop a comment, or make sure either way, whether you're watching on YouTube, listening on the podcast, you're subscribed on my Substack, where every Monday I send out a new update. I link to this vlog so you'll never miss it, and you can comment on the Substack post, which is pretty awesome. Or you can just respond and send me an email. If you have any questions, anything specific you want me to cover in future episodes, then I'm happy to do that as well. So anyways, that's it for me this week. Thanks as always for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Really helps support and gives me feedback on what's good, what's not good. And I look forward to sharing my next update in probably 8 or 9 days from now. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your week and weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.